Lecture 18, Part 6. We're going to wrap this thing. This one's going to be really short. I just couldn't quite fit it all in on the tail end of the last one. All right, next one. All right. We've already talked about Vietnam. It's turned into a popular term people use as quagmire. Okay? The troops keep increasing. We keep expanding our role. We're trying to help, keep the South Vietnamese, withstand the communist insurgency, and it's sucking the life out of Johnson's administration. Yeah, I was talking about the Tet Offensive. I showed you this picture, and what I was telling you when I ran out of time is the Tet Offensive turns a lot of people against the war back home in the United States. I'm not saying everybody, but remember I said you had your hawks on one side and your doves on the other, and then like a vast majority of the people in the middle who are like going, man, let's hope the president knows what he's doing. He has information we don't have. We'll have confidence in him to see this through. And after Ted, I'm not saying everybody gave up, but it shifted some of those people in the middle into like, oh man, why are we there? And it probably shifted some people on the far right. See, we've been told you all along we shouldn't be fighting this thing unless we're really fighting it. And so Johnson will try to start de-escalating things a little bit. Maybe cut back on the bombing of the North a little bit. Like I said, we do eventually the American military and the South Vietnamese Army. That's the ARVN, ARVN, Army of the Republic of Vietnam. ARVN troops and American troops eventually regain all of the territory lost to the communists. The communists thought there would be like a big uprising. We'll go in. We know that the South Vietnamese government is not popular, if it's seen as corrupt. We'll go in, we'll attack, and the people will rise up in support of us. And actually, they don't. A couple people probably joined the communist forces. Yeah, let me join up with you. But in general, people aren't on board for this. And so, militarily, the Tet Offensive is a disaster for the communists. Okay, it more or less effectively finishes off the Viet Cong as a fighting force. Okay, they're in a much weakened condition. And more war is actually fought by actual North Vietnamese army regulars who are infiltrating down into the south. So Tet has taken care of a lot of the indigenous, fighters down in South Vietnam, and more and more American troops will start just like encountering, North Vietnamese soldiers, in like uniform and stuff. Okay, I mean, yeah, there's still Viet Cong, but the Tet Offensive, like I said, really militarily is a disaster for the communists. But politically, it's a big win because it turns a lot of the American viewing public at home watching this on TV against the war. They lose confidence in the Johnson administration. So politically, it's a score for them. And of course, the news media at home, people have accused the news media of being focusing on the negatives. Okay, they've been reporting what the administration has been reporting, and now they're kind of turning and going, oh, this thing's not winnable, and it's really beating Johnson down. Like I said, he wanted to build a great society, a war on poverty, social programs, and this thing is just consuming his administration. All right. Protesters outside White House chanting, hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? That's got to get on your nerves and just start beating you down. And so, Tet was in January of 1968. Now, 1968 is a presidential election year, okay? And Johnson could run for re-election, okay? Because he only served 1 year of Kennedy's term, so Kennedy's term won't be counted against Johnson under the amendment that limits him to 2 terms. So he could run in 68, okay? But Johnson's a bit older than Kennedy, and this thing's just sucking the life out of his administration. And so Johnson will go on television in the spring, okay? Here's a slide, hopefully. And gives a speech and tells the American people that he will not run for re-election. He says, I will not seek, nor will I accept my party's nomination to be your president. So he's going to step down. Okay? This means that 68 will be a wide open race. There will be no incumbent. The incumbent president always has an advantage, generally. Okay? If nothing else, name recognition. It's a known commodity. So, people in the White House have good odds of getting reelected. Doesn't always happen, but now Johnson's going to step down, and so it's Katie Barbador. It's the 1968 election is going to be a Republican and a Democrat, and kind of an even playing field maybe. So it looks like a really pivotal year. All right? And I think that's all. I think that is the last slide.